Welcome to the Figure Gore.
Guys, until you lived life through glasses this big, you ain't lived. You have not lived.
I want a pair of those.
You got a pair of those.
No, those are much cooler. Oh,
No, yours is way cooler.
those are so great.
Oh my God.
For those who don't know, Pondo likes to make fun of my glasses, and those are
What? How am I making fun of your glasses when I got the same pair on?
You're
I'm
in
about
the
to
same
take a
store.
pumpkin so I can throw ashes in these damn things.
When the intro music started, Pondo's feed dropped. And I'm going, oh no, are you kidding? And then right at the end, all of a sudden it popped up. It said Jamie 2.0. It's like, what the heck?
Oh, I didn't even see that part. I just saw the glasses. I didn't see the Jamie 2.0.
Jamie 2.0 right here.
How is
yeah.
everybody? This is amazing to be back together.
Oh, this is awesome.
Back at last.
Right?
Yes. Pondo, can you see?
I don't see how you can see. Actually, I can see in the other room. I can see through the walls with these damn things on. So I know now why you wear yours.
Oh, that's priceless.
Oh, I love those. I got to get a pair like that. I didn't think I could find glasses bigger. That's amazing.
I don't know how we're going to top that. So thanks everybody for tuning in.
And that's our show.
Good night.
Oh, Pondo, you've been on the road recently.
I've been on the road a lot. Hold on, I'll be right back.
That's because I don't think we've talked since he went back into the ring. I don't think we've done a show since he's gone back. So I think he was preparing to do a show, or he was preparing to go back the last time we had a show.
I think we just chatted about it in our group, and that was it.
Well, I think he did mention the dates that he was getting back, because I was asking him how he was feeling last show. So it'll be great to see if he does come back. Does he have bigger glasses? No. Oh, it's Pondo back.
That's right.
No more Jamie 2.0. So I'm at my grandpa's house, and he's getting ready to sell this place, right? And he ran the local barber shop here in Carmel, Illinois for 60 years. And he had something hanging up on his wall, and we couldn't find it. Well, getting all the stuff situated, we found it. Now, if I could figure out how to turn this thing around, which I'm terrible at this shit. Did I do it?
That just
I turned my whole camera off. Anyway.
He disappeared. Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's from my first tour in Mexico.
Nice.
Can you pan down a little bit?
Yeah, move it down a little bit.
There we go.
Wow.
Madman Pondo right in the middle. Look at that.
So what year was that from? I see it's July.
I'm going to say 2011.
Wow, very cool.
Now,
Joe, do you have one of those?
You see where it says... You see
I don't need.
Do you see where it says it starts at 5:30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5:30 comes around and nobody's picked me up at my hotel.
Oh.
6:30, 7:30, 8 o'clock. So they come and they finally get me about 8 o'clock, and we go to the venue, and I'm like, guys, we are so late. And I get there, and the show hadn't even started yet. They're just all drinking and partying and having a good time.
There's fashionably late, and then there's that late.
Oh, 5:30 was the start of the drinking. Nice.
That's the cocktail hour.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's awesome that you found it, though.
Yeah. Well, I didn't find it. I wasn't here. I found these. I feel like the Fly.
Help me. Oh man, that's awesome.
I think you look fabulous. I love that.
I'm sure you do. So, Jamie, tell Robert and Joe where you went on your way to Canada.
Yeah, so I've recently moved from the US to Canada, and one of my stops was Fargo. So just like Pondo did, I had to stop at the visitor center and see the infamous wood chipper from the Fargo movie. And unlike Pondo, my son and I did not touch it because there's a big sign saying, please don't touch it. I think before COVID, they want you to touch it and take pictures and hashtag them, but we didn't touch it. But I got a picture of my son. Like, he was quite shocked about it.
I don't think the sign was big enough because I touched it.
Pondo has his own rules.
It's a sign. If I'd have had these, I'd have seen it. I'd have seen the sign, but I didn't have these. So no, I touched it. I touched it a lot. Like, I took pictures with it. Damn near made love with it. You name it. I told Jamie.
Oh, go ahead.
I told Jamie, put those glasses in that wood chipper and see which one broke first.
You did say that. But there's a display of things from the movie. There's a signed script. Like, this is all under glass. Like, it's not a huge visitor center, but there's, movie posters and the wood chipper and, like I said, things from the movie. And outside, there's a wood chipper planter with flowers in it. So just a neat
the original hat.
That's neat.
The original hat, remember? Did you see the original hat, Jamie, that he had on with the flaps over the ears?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what you meant,
Yeah.
That's a good, and if you haven't seen Fargo, fun movie. Love Fargo.
I know you Canadians wear them hats at childbirth, but to me it was amazing to see.
James says, good evening, friends, and Nathan just got in here. Good day, all.
Hi, everybody.
What up, Nathan?
So some other things I wanted.
In case you missed it.
Oh, yes. That's
yep.
In case you missed it, I'm Jamie 2.0. I'm like the Terminator version of Jamie.
Yes, he can walk through metal bars and things. I cannot. Yes. I wanted to bring up with you guys some things that happen in wrestling, but you could, if you need to, you can go, Pondo. I don't want to interrupt you. It's the Fly. We already missed it, Nathan. We already said that.
Either way, the subject, yours or mine, will go first. But either way, are you guys ready for the end of the month? The Candyman is coming out.
Right.
I didn't know it was the end of the month. Okay, that's good. I didn't realize the date's been changed. Okay, good.
August the 18th, and then October. I don't know if you've seen the trailer yet, but Halloween Kills.
Yes,
I think Halloween Kills looks like it's going to be very, very good. I can't wait for Halloween Kills. I'm more interested in Halloween Kills than I am the Candyman. I don't know how you guys do.
AVR has a question here. Yeah. AVR says, Fargo is one of my favorite movies. Do you consider Fargo part of the horror genre?
I would say no, but there's horrifying things. One horrifying thing that happens, I mean, if somebody was sticking me in a wood chipper, yes, that would be a horror movie. But
Tucker and Dale is evil. You see, it's horror.
Yeah, Tucker and Dale is horror, but
I consider it a horror movie. But yeah, I don't know. I think because a lot of people are. I know a lot of people that have watched it that aren't horror fans didn't like it. Like, they just felt like it wasn't what they were thinking. Especially with Frances McDormand in it, they thought it was just going to be, your typical Oscar contending movie. So I think it's a horror.
It felt like Quentin Tarantino meets a Frances McDormand film. That's what it felt.
It kind of is, yeah. And that wood chipper, it's just great.
Yeah.
All through Fargo, I did think about Quentin Tarantino movies. Or when I heard the accents, I thought of the Figure Gore podcast. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, for sure, eh?
Yeah.
For sure, eh?
That's right.
What are you talking about?
all through Fargo, I started talking to strangers because I wanted to hear them talk like that. And the guy who brought me in was like, "Why do you keep talking to these people?" I'm like, "Why?"
Oh, he's going back.
Did I do that?
Who knows? It's a glitch in the matrix. That's what's going on here.
I hear you. Did you hear what I said though?
Why? No, you got to. Why
Cut
are you
off,
talking
yeah.
to these people?
Okay, so I was the guy who brought me in. We went to the mall because there was a famous Yankee had like a monument there. So I'm talking to all these strangers, right? And finally, after like stranger number 8, the guy who brought me into the show, he's like, "Why do you keep talking to these strangers?" I'm like, "Why in the hell don't they talk like they're from Fargo?"
Yep.
I want to hear those accents. He's like, "Oh well, we'd have to go to the countryside."
Apparently, it's
I had
a
to get to the airport. I couldn't go to the countryside. I had to get to the airport.
accent. That's what it is. Aviar says, always thought it was more dark humor with horror elements at the end.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's a good description. Good job, Javier.
There we go. See, he knows his stuff. And then Nathan, when we were talking about Halloween Kills and Candyman, he's hanging for both of them.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Stuff already?
I'm still not sure how I felt about Halloween, like that remake.
Well, me too. And I really wasn't excited for the Halloween Kills, but then I saw the trailer, and the trailer makes it look like it's just going to be awesome. So I don't know. I've been fooled before. I'll be fooled again, but
That's what I was going to say. They can be tricky, them trailers.
they can.
Yeah, the latest Halloween, I remember going to the theater. I actually went by myself, and I left it going, like I just had all the pieces, but just didn't fit together how I was expecting or how I was hoping. But a bad Halloween movie, is that a bad day? I don't know.
Oh.
I still plan to go see them all.
The one with Paul Rudd, I still watch.
I still like that one too. Yeah.
6. That's 6.
Yeah, that's 6. You're right.
Matt here says, Robin Joe, what was more horrifying to watch? Body Slam with Dirk Benedict or one of El Santano's movies from the 60s?
I watch the El Santano stuff once in a while. I don't mind that. But
I don't think I've seen Body Slam with Dirk Benedict.
What?
Yeah,
some
a while
body
back,
slam?
right?
Captain Lou Albano's on there like, kill
Yes.
Silent, kill Silent.
Right.
I haven't seen those ones either, so I'll have to watch
So
that.
corny, but it's kind of good.
I might have
I
to
just
do
watched one last night from 1949. The star of it was Gorgeous George,
Ooh.
but it was a detective movie, right? But the reason I watched it, I wanted to watch the matches they was doing, and I didn't know in 1949 that they did the pile driver, but I guess they did because it was in the movie. So, but I can't remember what the name of it was. I don't know. I'll find it and tell you guys later, but.
Maybe
Okay.
it was the movie that started the pile driver.
Could be.
Maybe, but the interesting thing was, so it only lasts an hour, but the YouTube, it's on YouTube, but it says an hour and 8 minutes. So, do you remember American movies used to do talk about sports or what colleges was doing after movies? They had one on professional wrestling,
Oh,
and it's about 8 minutes long. So even if you don't make it through this god-awful Gorgeous George movie, go ahead and fast forward to the last 8 minutes. I wish I could remember what the name of that was, but I can't. I don't remember. Just search Gorgeous George movie and surely it'll come up. But it really is Gorgeous George. It's the main guy.
and it's a wrestling themed movie?
Yeah, it's totally wrestling themed, and a detective and a love story. I mean, what all else you can throw into a 1949 black and white wrestling movie? It's in there.
And it's an hour.
Yeah,
Well,
So it's like noir,
Yeah.
type of noir.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Black and white detective movie,
That's basically it.
basically.
There you go.
Atlas the
And
Chick.
it's all about the narrative, too.
That's right. And You might not want to watch it, Joe, because the sound.
Yeah.
You might want to stay away from that one, bud. I don't think they had quality speakers back in 1949, but I wasn't there. I don't know.
I wasn't there either.
The
Maybe
music
Rob
sounds
was there.
No, no.
Rob, you there? Okay.
I don't believe so. But
A little before his time.
Are you looking for the title of that, Rob? It's like the Great Islam or something. I can't remember, but
Alias the Champ?
that's it. Alias the Champ.
Yeah.
Totally what you were saying.
Islam, Alias, whatever the hell. But
got an A.
yeah. I mean, I got the A right. The A right. But that movie lasts about an hour, but hang around after the movie because that news report is more interesting than that movie is.
Nathan here. Oh, this is back to Halloween, I think. I'll be happy if they finally are going to put it to bed with this one.
Nope. There's one more.
Well,
one
yeah,
more
that's
after this one.
Really?
Nathan said, anyone else getting a constant beepings? Yeah, that's Joe. Joe has
Joe's
a
part robot.
I have issues.
Joe has a pacemaker, and
With
he
my
thought we
computer.
were doing a show tonight, and his heart's just going like crazy. So
He's very excited.
that's a good thing. When the beeping
Wait,
stops,
does
then we
this
gotta
help
worry.
for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, for
It's
all
something
you
to do with my
viewers
mic.
out there,
Yeah.
anything that fucks up on this show, it's always Joe. It's always Joe. That's right. Brady Bunch. Whoops. Oh, I hate this Brady Bunch shit.
El
He's up
Santo made
there.
like 50 movies. I didn't know how many he made. I knew he made a lot. That's cool.
There we go.
That's-
I'll make it easy on you, Pondo.
I didn't know the.
Just point the opposite direction, and you're good. AVR said legendary luchador El Santo made like 50 movies.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, they were all amazing.
Matt here, my buddy. Well, yeah, you know Matt really well, don't you, Joe? Because you guys worked in that same area, right?
Yes,
What's this? Any thoughts on the?
Color Out of Space with Nick Cage.
I haven't seen that one yet. But I love Nick Cage.
I
I'll
did
watch
not
it.
watch that yet. I meant to say this the last time we was on the show. I skipped over Color Out of Space and went straight into Willy's Wonderland. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
No, but I've heard he doesn't speak at all in that movie.
Not a
Not
single
one
word.
word.
Oh.
And he's like in a Chuck E. Cheese, and he has to fight the animatronic. I mean, it's like nothing Nicolas Cage has ever done, but it's also nothing nobody ever would have thought of either.
Oh, then I'm going to see that. That sounds
Yeah,
terrifying.
Willy's Wonderland.
It is Five Nights at Freddy's before the movie. Okay.
Oh.
I think so, yeah.
It is. Except you have a fighting chance because in the movie or in the game you can't attack anybody.
But why doesn't he talk in the movie? Nicolas Cage-
There's a lot of weird things that don't get explained. Like he has an alarm on his watch, and every time this alarm goes off, he has to drink. I don't know. It's a soda or a power drink, or I don't know what it is.
That's because that's his break time. And his break time is his time.
Oh, I was going to say he's a diabetic, maybe.
Nope. He's working and break time is his time. That's why he fixes up the pinball machine.
Well, I'm so glad Robert's here to confuse me even fucking more.
Right? That is my
Those
job.
film guys, they see these things in the film that us
right.
regular people don't.
Nathan said that was weird as hell, but it was worth a watch. I'm guessing he means The Color Out of Space.
No, it means Willy's Wonderland.
No, but then he said Willy's Wonderland.
Oh.
Is great.
Oh, I don't know.
And I'm now looking at Color Out of Space. A secluded farm is struck by a strange meteorite, which has apocalyptic consequences for the family living there and possibly the world.
Yeah, I've heard people talk to me about that movie, but I've heard more people say how weird it is than how good it is. So it's on the back burner. I'm waiting on it to show up at one of these Dollar Trees.
And it's a Richard Stanley movie. Richard
Look at that
Stanley, the
poster.
director, is a pretty odd guy. Odd in the best of ways.
That
So-
poster just screams bizarre.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I always take over this show, but I am happy to announce that Jamie went to the Dollar Tree and is
I did.
now going to review 3 movies for us. I can't wait.
Okay, I have a movie that was filmed in Canada to start. It was filmed
Well, it
in
already sucks.
Ontario. Pondo, I think you might have picked this one up too. It does not suck, but it's a horror musical. It is called Stage Fright.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I thought it was pretty good, to tell you the truth.
See, it was. So
Yeah.
you never expect a lot when you get something from the Dollar Tree. And there's other movies that are called Stage Fright, and I've never really liked them. This one's so fun. So horror musical, and of course Meatloaf is in it. The horror musical. Yes, you have to have Meatloaf. And it all takes place at a performing arts summer camp. There's a few kids from Degrassi. If you're Canadian, you watch the Degrassi show, the newer version, not the Joey Jeremiah one. That's for Canadians. Nobody else will get that. But, there's a character named Camilla. That's her right there. Whoops, I can't see. There she is.
The blonde there.
And she works in the camp
She's been
kitchen.
in something else, Jamie. What else was that girl in? I can't.
know. I'm not sure. Let me see. It says in the back. No, it doesn't say what she's done.
The whole time I kept thinking, what have I seen this girl in? I
Okay.
couldn't remember.
Oh, I can't remember. I didn't really know that I'd seen her in anything before. I knew I'd seen Meatloaf, and Minnie Driver has a very small role as Camilla's mom, and Minnie Driver dies right at the beginning. She's a stage actress, and she was murdered on opening night. And so this camp that Camilla's at is owned by her stepfather, who's Meatloaf, and she works in the kitchen with her brother. And the show that they're going to perform at this camp at the end of the year is the same show that Camilla's mother was murdered doing, and Camilla really wants to be a part of the show and wants to be a star, but her stepdad doesn't really want to encourage that because he's already lost his wife to show business. So I really like this one. A lot of love went into this one. I would give this one about 85 cents.
That's good.
I would give it about, you know what? Because maybe it's because I don't sleep at night. I would give it a 90. I thought it was.
Sure.
I was pretty entertained by that movie, and I'm really against musicals, except like the Blues Brothers or the South Park musicals. But it was pretty good. I thought it was good.
I have to ask you, though. You said it because you don't sleep, you would give it 90 cents. Is that because you stay up and have more time to watch it, or because you have so much of a lack of sleep that you're in a delirium state and think everything?
Because I don't have shit to do at night. So Dollar Tree it is, man. I go and like I said before, you spend $1 on a movie. Sometimes you have a good time. Sometimes you do not.
Yeah.
But this one was a good time.
I was surprised by it too. I was like, this is going to be teen weirdness. And
Yeah.
oh, I have not seen Banana Splits, Nathan. That one is on my watch list.
A good friend of mine actually directed that, Audrey Cummings.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I've heard.
Oh, wow.
I want to see that one. That's really cool.
And I own
Now,
it. I
you
bought the
forgot to
Blu-ray.
say, Robert, she just lives down the street.
Oh no, she doesn't. That's just it. Well, technically, 3.5 hours down the street.
Oh, that's a bit of a
that
jaunt.
is down the street, though. There's a street that goes 3.5 hours. It just seems like the guy, Joe Tong, he lives down the street. The band who made our song, they just live down the street. So I figured that woman just lived down the street.
But with that one, I bought it when it came out on Blu-ray. I bought it and I have it upstairs, but I have not watched it because for the movie Madhouse, we're going to do a view and review, which is basically we sit and make an audio track to go over top of the movie, right? And we have not been able to get together since COVID started to do it.
Right.
So I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, that one's on my watch list too.
Nathan says, "Have you seen Cannibal the Musical?"
Yeah,
No.
of course. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the South Park guys. Yeah.
I have not.
I have not seen it either.
Again, if you get on trauma.com, you can watch it for free.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing that.
I didn't know that was a trauma picture.
Yep, it's a trauma
Okay.
film.
Okay, that makes sense.
So what's movie number 2, Jamie? Movie number two.
Okay, it's a little confusing because there are 4 movies on this disc, but ignore them all except for this one right here. Let's see if I can say it. It's called 100 Feet. It's the only one worth watching. Don't watch.
I love the 100 Feet. I thought this was a good movie. Yeah.
It is. I was really surprised. So don't watch Amityville Haunting, Annalise Exorcist, or A Haunting in Salem. Those ones But for $1, you get 4 movies. So, but
Jamie, just so you know, I watched The Shark Exorcist, so I think those other 3 movies might win an Oscar. I don't know.
Well, my husband couldn't believe how bad you were saying it was. He's even watched most of it. And for those who remember Pondo's wonderful 2-part review, we go around the house randomly and go, "Bitch, I got church!" So that's our favorite thing to do now. And my husband isn't a horror fan, but he loves Pondo, I think even more than me, maybe. Watched the show. And he loved what Pondo had to say about Shark Exorcist, that even I haven't seen Shark Exorcist, but my husband has.
So tell Joe and Robert what it's about, because this is a really good premise of a movie, I think.
So it has, I don't know how to say her name, but she was in X-Men, Famke Janssen?
Femke Janssen.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's got Bobby Cannavale and Ed Westwick, if you've watched Gossip Girl, the older version before. But Jansen is on house arrest because she killed her abusive husband, who is also a cop. So she's on house arrest at their old home, and his ghost is haunting the place while she's on house arrest. And he's not happy because, she killed him in self-defense, of course, but, he's not a nice guy to begin with. And the ghost effects are a little hokey, but for a low budget and a dollar store fine, it's a decent movie. It's a good script. There's a really decent kill scene involving Westwick. Just a bit of a spoiler. So it's just unexpected quality. After the other 3, I watched those 3 first on this disc, and I was like, oh god, these are crap. And I was, sad about my dollar. But everybody's giving it their all in this movie, and it's a pretty good quality for a dollar movie, I think.
The reason the movie's called 100 Feet, because she's on house arrest, she's got one of those ankle bracelets on.
Right.
And if she goes more than 100 feet away from her house, which is haunted from this killer ghost, the police are going to arrest her.
Yeah.
So, and she has to go back to prison. But she doesn't want to go back to prison, but she would rather get the fuck beat out of her by this ghost. So that's kind of the premise of it. That's why it's called 100 Feet. It's pretty good.
He's still abusive, even as a ghost. He's haunting her and he's abusive. So it's,
not a good combination.
No. It's a good movie though. I'd give it 90 cents.
That's good.
Yeah. I'll
agree with that. 90 cents. Yeah, I like that.
All right. Number 3.
Number 3. So this one is a documentary. It's not quite horror, but there's some kind of horrific things that happen in it. And I'd never heard about this case before, and it is called Crazy Love.
Oh.
Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What a twist at the end. How crazy is that? Yeah.
And I knew nothing. It's good to go into this kind of not knowing about it, so I'm going to ruin it for Rob and Joe right now. But it talks about, there's
there. Now she can't ruin it for us.
I thought you were going to do that to me.
There and just keep talking.
I turned your mic back on.
I know you did, because I saw Mute is muted, or Mike is muted. I can't talk.
Dyslexia.
Yeah.
It is. It's
Those
terrible.
pesky mukes.
Okay, it's very serious.
Okay.
It's about Bert and Linda. They're on the cover here. Bert's the boy. And so Bert sees Linda, falls in love with Linda, and they start a relationship. And then Linda finds out Bert's actually already married and even has a daughter. So she's like, I'm out of here, and not doing this. And Bert's not happy. So he arranges for someone to hurt Linda. And this person goes to Linda's house. She's even moved on. She's engaged to somebody else, and they knock on her door. She answers, and they disfigure Linda by throwing lye in her face. And, that disfigures her, and eventually she goes blind. She can sort of see for a bit, but eventually she becomes completely blind. So Bert, of course, for doing this awful thing, goes to jail for 14 years. And Linda tries to move on, but a lot of men can't get past her disfigurement. She wears sunglasses most of the time. And when she takes them off, you can really notice her eyes. I think one is even just completely white. They look very, very strange and disfigured when she takes her glasses off. Otherwise, gorgeous body, gorgeous woman, but men can't seem to get past that. But this is the kicker. After Bert gets out of jail, he and Linda end up reconciling and getting married. So crazy. I kind of think it's punishment because she's pretty demanding, so he kind of has to look after her and she can't see. But they stayed together. Linda died in 2013. I think I heard recently he has died. But while they were married, Bert was accused of having an affair with another woman and threatening her, this woman. And Linda was even a character witness for Bert while he supposedly had another woman on the side. And it's just this bizarre, crazy love story that I just saw this and thought, oh, that sounds interesting, and picked it up at Dollar Tree. And Bert did die. Sorry, I made a note of that. Bert died on Christmas Eve in 2020, but Linda died in 2013. But they were married for decades. And they'd go on cruises, like you see them in their home married and stuff. Like, it's just the craziest story. And I'd never heard it before.
It reminds me of there for a while, they were just putting out these most random documentaries, and it reminds me of that. Making a Murderer. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah.
Apprehended in Plain Sight.
That one I haven't seen.
Oh,
in Plain Sight I did. Yes.
Apprehended in Plain Sight is called.
Oh, no, there's another one. Similar types, but a girl who gets kidnapped twice by the same person. I thought that was the same one you're talking about.
Yeah, that is it. That is
okay.
It.
I didn't know it was called Apprehended. Okay, so yeah, that's the same one. Yeah, that one's a weird one too.
Well, how about the dad? Okay, so let me just give you this. So
yeah, you guys got to hear this if you haven't seen it. It's a bizarre documentary.
This guy talks this mom and dad into taking his 13-year-old daughter out somewhere. Well, he takes her to Mexico. He marries her at 13. And so they're mad at him. So
naturally,
let me go ahead and just not ruin it, but tell you, just watch your faces when I tell you this. So he's married to the 13-year-old daughter, but he cheats on the 13-year-old daughter with the mom and the dad
of this girl. Yep.
Crazy.
Thank you, Netflix, for all these bizarre documents.
Oh, man. What about Don't Kill Fucking Cats? Have you seen that?
Yes, that guy who is the is the culprit. Yeah. He is Canadian.
No, Luca
Magnata or something like that. Yeah.
Magnata, yeah. But that's what that crazy love documentary reminded me of. Just those crazy documentaries that all came out. There's one called Mommy Kill Dearest, Kill Mommy Dearest, or something like that.
Mommy Dearest, I believe. No, Mommy Dearest is another movie, but I know which one. But
she made her daughter. She shaved her daughter's head and eyebrows. She made her daughter from very early age, ride around in a wheelchair so they could get benefits and Disney vacations and all types of shit. And then the daughter gets old enough, she doesn't want to ride around in the fucking wheelchair anymore. Well, the mom goes nuts on her, so she gets on a dating site and finds another special needs person and tells him how much they could fall in love if they wasn't there. So she talks him into going and killing the mom. If I haven't sparked your interest by now, then you're not interested in this one. Because, all those crazy documentaries like that. They're not really horror, but man, they might as well be horror.
It's real life horror, I think. That's what I think when I watch these documentaries too. That one involves the main girl in that. Her name is Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and her mother was it's called Munchausen by proxy, where you keep your child sick or exploit them so you can get a positive attention. That's kind of what it is. Because she would go through treatment, this Gypsy, at the hospital and stuff, even though she really didn't need it. And this mother got validation, I guess, from it. It's a real disorder, and it's really scary. Yeah.
That sounds interesting. Matt posted, Rob, I've recently found out about Umbrella Entertainment. They do these awesome trailer compilation Blu-rays called Drive-In Delirium.
Oh.
Tons of horror trailers.
I didn't know about that. I love horror trailers though, so I'd watch that.
Yeah, me too.
You're gonna have to show me those, Matt, because he's just down the street.
He's just down the street.
That's right.
You can run them right over.
So now we mentioned one other. Yes. Have you guys watched this yet?
I have.
I have not.
It's a trailer.
I don't know anything about it.
Rob, did you watch it?
I have not.
Okay. So I'm excited about this because I read Fear Street growing up. They're by R.L. Stine. He's still one of my favorite authors. I still love his stuff. But it's not really based on the books. It's kind of based on the idea of the books. Like he used to write a scary series called Fear Street. All this bad stuff would happen on Fear Street. So this is 3 movies. One takes place in 1994. The second one is in the 70s. And the last one is about in the 1600s. And it's a continuation each part. And it has the same actors in each part. And it's just telling the story about this lady from the 1600s named Sarah Fear, who was killed for witchcraft, and then how that story came about and what she was it appears she's getting her revenge for being wrongly hanged for witchcraft is what is kind of the premise. But I don't want to spoil too much. But it's on Netflix, and some people thought they're kind of meant more for kids, and it's a little bit for youth. But there's some good gore in it. There's some good kills. Like in the first one, just all I'm going to tell you is deli counter. There's a good deli counter death. So it's worth a watch.
Deli counters, yes.
Is the word you just said deli counter?
Deli counter, yes. Like the
And
counter.
then you go to buy a sandwich at the counter at the deli? Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a death that takes place at a deli counter. So it's kind
Gotcha.
of it's a little bit unexpected because it's a character kind of you've gotten familiar with through the whole first movie. So it's worth it. It doesn't follow the books. Like Sarah Fear, who they're focusing on, is mentioned in the books, but the other characters not so much. So I wish they would have stuck more to the books, but really fun movies, especially the second and the third one. So if you watch the first one like I did and weren't so thrilled, it's worth it to stick it out for the second and the third one. I really like those, and I hope to make more Fear Street ones. Really fun.
Nathan even said, watched all 3, worth a watch.
Yes, definitely, Nathan.
And then Matt said, Fear Street books ruled.
Nathan and Matt are my new best friends.
Did you guys watch it's kind of a horror movie, but it's called Don't Breathe?
Yes, that's a good one. I like that one.
Did you know that coming next week, Don't Breathe 2 comes out?
I have not seen the trailer, but I knew there's a second one coming. So
I'm really excited about that Don't Breathe 2. It kind of makes them look like they're baby facing them, though. I'm not big on that. I want him to stay the evil motherfucker he was in the first one, but I'm still
he
gonna
was
go watch
evil and kind of warped, but he had motive. I don't want to give it away if people haven't seen Don't Breathe. Like I really felt like, okay, this is messed up, but I can see why this guy is doing what he's doing. Like, and he's blind. Don't Breathe is a great movie. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the second
There
one.
was a lot of ulterior stuff going on in there too, though, that made him.
Yeah, that whole. I think the girl who took the turkey baster might argue with you, Jamie. That
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's the warped part. The turkey baster definitely warped. Wouldn't have wanted to have that happen. But I like you can see, where his motivation comes. Like it's definitely not. He's definitely crazy, but some of it's logical. So see where he's coming from.
Matt says, I wonder if the deli counter scene is better or worse than in
I
the
was
wrestler."
thinking about that.
The wrestler one is a lot tamer. That one's not as gory. Yes.
I love that scene.
Well,
I watched that movie again recently because I'd seen it before, but not for years, and
So good.
it holds up. Such a great.
Let me tell you guys a story about that movie, The Wrestler, while we're on the
Absolutely.
subject.
Yes.
So in Charleston, West Virginia, to get free movie posters, I applied for a job at the local movie theater, right? And then it just got embarrassing because the Civic Center was right around the corner, and like Edge and Christian came in one time, and here I am with my bow tie and my vest and my usher shit on. So, but they played The Wrestler for 2 weeks. And of course, Necro Butcher is one of my best friends.
And he's in the movie.
Yeah. So all the people are in there watching the movie, and these 2 old people exit the theater, and they're headed for the door, and we have a lot of teenager problems in there. So I said, "Excuse me, was there some kind of problem?" And they said, "Well, we really enjoyed the movie, but there was some guy in this movie stapling himself and bleeding everywhere and all this stuff." And I said, "I totally understand. There's the door." I didn't say anything like, "Oh, well, that's what I do," or
That's my best friend.
I was like, "There's the door. There's the door."
Kayfabe, Jamie, kayfabe.
That's right.
Thank you for sharing. You
No
got
problem.
We haven't said kayfabe to me. We were due, so there you go.
I had no need. He does it all the time.
Pondo, I'm going to introduce you to another Canadian horror movie you have to watch.
Bloodthirsty. I have not seen that one.
No.
Is it
Pondo?
a vampire movie?
No,
Huh?
it's a werewolf movie.
She's got
A
claws.
werewolf movie.
Like
Do you know?
vampires got claws too. That's true. Yeah.
Do you know where I can watch this movie at?
I'm going to find out for you. I actually interviewed the director and the actor last year for Blood in the Snow at Toronto Film Festival, and it played there, and I did an interview with them. And now I find out there in Canada, it's on the Cineplex store. I don't know if there's an equivalent in the States, but I will find out for you. But this is cool, and it's about a singer. She's a singer, and she gets called by this producer that everybody loves to go up to his house to make her next album.
You know what? You told us about this before. You showed us a picture of the girl with the contacts.
Yep.
But I could not find that movie. I tried to find that movie.
All right. I still
Now you have a job, a goal.
I'll message the director and say, where is the film? Where can we get it? But yeah, that one is so good.
Yeah,
and it's cool because it's got a soundtrack I actually want to get.
So since I seen you guys, I went to Days of the Dead Indianapolis.
Right, I was sharing some of your pictures on the
Yeah.
Bigger Gore Facebook page. Yeah,
And I met Richard Dreyfuss.
very cool.
What? Awesome.
Yeah, he's probably got 1 foot in the grave. I met. Do you guys see Gummo?
Yes.
I have not seen Gummo. Can you guys tell me a little bit about the premise of Gummo?
There is no premise. It's like the weirdest fucking movie you could ever. Well,
I've heard it's weird, but I didn't know about
I
it.
always thought Gummo was the weirdest movie I ever saw, but then I watched The Greasy Strangler.
I haven't seen that one either, but I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Oh, I dare you to watch The Greasy Strangler all the way through. It's like something. Okay, so ICP always talks about The Greasy Strangler. So a friend of mine, I got him a job with ICP not too long ago, and he was talking to Shaggy about The Greasy Strangler. Well, I just wasn't interested in the movie. So one of the guys that's in The Greasy Strangler was at Days of the Dead, right? So he said, please go meet the guy, get a picture with him and stuff like that. And I did. And this motherfucker was just as weird in person as he is in the movie. But that's my challenge to you three. And you can find it on Tubi. You can find it pretty much anywhere because they're just happy somebody finally watches this movie. But watch The Greasy Strangler, and we'll talk about that next time we're on here. I'm froze. I still see the Bloodthirsty poster.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Because you're working fine for us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As long as I'm working fine for you guys. Work it, bitch.
Pondo, we wanted to ask you, we kind of sort of started talking about this at the beginning, but the last show we did, you hadn't gotten back in the ring yet, and you since have. So how is that going, and how are you feeling?
Perfect. Like I've been doing death matches, and I finally did a show with the guy who landed on my ribs. Remember, I told you he hadn't wrote me or anything, and even asked me how I was or anything. Well, I was finally on a show with him, and he come over and shook my hand. I'm like, yeah, just so you know, I'm fine, and all that. But I don't know. It's just a different breed of person. But yeah, I've been wrestling this guy Remington Roar a lot of places, and let's see, trying to think of all the crazy shit I've done. Like this whole deathmatch tournament, all these young kids are flying and flipping all over the place, but I outblooded them. Like I know you saw that picture where my whole face was just covered. Well, that's because he's done.
Mask.
What's that?
The Crimson Mask.
The Crimson Mask. But these kids might be able to jump over top ropes and shit like that, but they did not bleed more than me that day. So fuck you guys.
Speaking of death matches, I wanted to especially get the thoughts from Joe and Pondo about this because one of the things that happened recently, it was on July 28th, there was a death match on AEW between Chris Jericho and Nick Gage, and this was something a lot of people never thought would happen on network TV. So just want to get Joe and Pondo, since they're more of the deathmatch experts, your thoughts on seeing that.
The pizza cutter thing.
Yeah.
Great product placement too.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about that. It's over.
Well, not only that, Matt Cardona is now doing Path Blue Ribbon commercials.
Right. He's doing a lot of PR work for the company, so
he really is, man. Yeah. So that's what I was going to talk about first. Like Matt Cardona, you would not figure would do a good death match. Him and Nick Gage killed it.
Pretty decent. Yeah, so
good. And then, really good. And then for that to happen, and then him to wind up on AEW. So this is what we have to realize, that death matches are now banned on national TV. You cannot use fluorescent light tubes anymore, or anything that's actually going to cut you. So that match, whatever date you just said, Jamie, is
July
down
28th.
in history of the first death match on live TV. You'll never see another one like that. Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows the way the world's going? You might see 100 of those, but for right now, that's history. Dominoes, man, they must be flipping their lids. Let me also give you my viewpoint on that. Does anybody ever hear anybody talk about Domino's anymore until that incident happened? I mean, you would think that they would be happy that
just out of the blue.
Domino's is finally getting talked about again. I mean, who cares whether they should have a cardboard cutout of Nick Gage right there in the lobby of Domino's or some shit, you know?
For people who don't know, is they were using the pizza cutter. It was on Jericho was getting it, I believe. And then the commercial came on, and it was Domino's Pizza. So there was Domino's was a little upset that they were an advertiser for AEW, and this death match was going on. So just to give a little context.
I keep forgetting my city has a Domino's. Okay, so
right,
just down the street.
It's right next to Rob's house.
Right.
How could you forget it? It's just down the street. You know, you and the band.
I don't go down that street.
You and the band and Joe Tong. You guys all go down the street.
Go down the other one.
You could have pizza with Joe. Domino's pizza with Joe and some Pabst Blue Ribbon.
And a pizza cutter.
Did they sell Pabst Blue Ribbon in Canada? I've been away for 4 years. I don't remember.
I believe so.
I don't know.
So just the pizza then. Just the pizza.
I don't drink much.
They had advertising accidentally like that once before. It was during a football game. And I got to confess, I don't know a lot of the names, but this one guy was roughing a guy, threw him to the ground, and then kind of stomped him real hard. And the refs were like freaking out, and they called it. Then they cut to a commercial of him trying to sell a car.
That's brilliant.
Ground. Yeah.
So what better advertisement did you need that? Buy this car, or I'll stomp the shit out of you.
Domino's. It's the last resort here in Australia for me.
Right.
Another last resort for Nathan is probably Foster's, which the commercials in the U.S. it's Australian for beer. So
right. And Avier said Domino's kind of sucks anyway. So many better pizzas out there.
There are. They really are. But if
a lot of Australians don't like Foster's.
Next to Bad Street, USA.
Yep, that's where my streets are. Right next to Bad Street. Matt.
What's embarrassing is I used to think, the song Bad Street USA. I thought it was Backstreet, and I've been singing that for years. And then I saw it wasn't, and I was very embarrassed. I even
I think the
had to
original
email someone to check.
I think Michael Hayes would have spit beer in your face if he knew that you thought he was one of the Backstreet Boys. Backstreet, Atlanta, GA. What?
No, I said Backstreet USA. I sang that part right.
All I can say is if you're going to get beer spit in your face, do it in Australia, because apparently Nathan says we don't drink that piss.
See? I knew it.
I
heard it somewhere.
I have a close Australian friend, and I always when we were still he lived in the same place I did in the U.S. and we'd always be like, should we get some Fosters for when you come over, or order from Outback Steakhouse? And he thought we were always just
It might be
like, isn't that what you mean?
Outback Steakhouse isn't even Australian, apparently.
Oh, well,
It's American.
it's pretty American, yeah.
The only thing I know about Foster's is if you don't have a big hand, you can't hold the can, right? It's like a huge ass
I've
can.
never had it. Is it?
And see, that's scary right there. If they can produce it for that massive amounts for the same price as a regular beer, then they're trying to get rid of this stuff for a reason.
Australian for beer. I don't know.
They got some VAT less from the 90s.
I think Nathan's onto something. I'm gonna find out what he drinks and start.
That's why it tastes like piss.
Probably.
Let me see. I brought this up.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, so which one did you meet? The guy with the brown hair?
Yes,
Pondo?
the younger guy. The younger guy,
Yeah.
the son.
The other one's probably no longer with us, I'm thinking.
No, he's still. He just looks like he's dead. He's still here. But
Okay.
but listen,
He looks very
do me a
old.
favor. Do me a favor. Don't read don't read about it. Don't don't do nothing. Just like I did. I went into this thing blind and halfway through I was like, what the hell am I doing? But yeah.
Well, Nathan has chimed in again on American beer now.
Uh-oh.
American beer is like having sex in a canoe, walking close to water.
You got it.
That's pretty good.
That's so accurate. Oh my God, that's priceless. Yeah, so anyway, that poster, and I picked up one more. This apparently is a big one, but I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
Oh, there, I got it. Got to hit the button.
I loved it.
Did you?
I loved this movie.
I started it and I turned it off. I was getting really annoyed by the little girl.
Yeah, she was kind of a mean little bitch, wasn't she?
Well, she was just kind of annoying. I was just like, ugh, I would never be friends with someone like you.
You have to keep going because that bitch of a girl gets this jewel.
Yeah,
and then
I saw that part.
She gets to boss that big thing around.
Yeah, I saw that. I
So if
watched
she
up
was
to
a nice
when,
girl in the movie, what would she say? Like plant flowers? No, you want a mean girl to say, kill them motherfuckers.
That's
you know?
true. Okay, so I'll give it another watch. I will give it another.
All right.
I didn't finish it, so I'll finish that one.
Any other Pondo questions you had, James?
Well, I wanted to bring up a couple other wrestling things. We had some sad news today. I don't know if everybody heard, but beautiful Bobby Eaton passed away, and he was 62 years old, and there's been so much praise bestowed on him from his peers all over Twitter, social media, everything else. Pondo, you even posted a picture, so I was just wondering how you got to meet him and what you could
I
tell us
wrestled him
about
before.
Oh, did you? Okay.
And at the end, he had a form of dementia. But every time he saw me, he would be like, "Hey, Pondo, how's it going, man?" So
Nice.
I guess I'm pretty hard to forget. If somebody with dementia, you know,
He's alive.
is still
Yeah.
That's
saying,
a
"Hey,
good
Pondo."
compliment, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's.
But yeah, I wrestled him before in Evansville, Indiana, at the Coliseum, and after that, we just became friends, and we never really talked on the phone or anything, but we'd see each other at shows, and it was always the same thing. "Hey, Pondo, how's it going, man?" And people would be like, "Whoa, I can't believe he remembers your name." So I guess I did something right somewhere, you know.
Made an impact, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he was like one of the, you know, There is so many scumbag wrestlers still alive, and poor Bobby Eaton is one of the nicest guys ever. And yeah, when I heard about it, I had to hurry up and go through and try to find other information. But then I came across where his sister said that he had passed away. So no better confirmation than that. So I wrote her and said, he was one of the good ones.
Yeah, Matt says, R.I.P. Beautiful Bobby. I loved his team up with Arn in the Dangerous Alliance back in 91, 92.
Well, you
That's
gotta
what I first thought too. Was
you gotta
WCW?
mention the Midnight Express
Oh yeah.
and the Blue Bloods. I never understood the Blue Blood gimmick though, but whatever.
Well, it was kind of funny. I'd watch Steven Regal do just about anything though. Truth be told.
Love
He's
Regal.
good. He is so good.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. The other big thing in wrestling, it kind of a bit horror-esque, but Bray Wyatt has left WWE, and I was a big Bray Wyatt fan. Especially, I loved all his props, like the lamp made out of his face and his mask. Like Tom Savini's workshop or whatever you want to call it had a hand in making that stuff. So I always just loved. I was always anticipating what he would wear and if he had something new made for it by the Tom Savini crew. So I liked Bray Wyatt. I loved the puppets in the Firefly Funhouse. So I was really upset to see that. But I don't know what you guys think, if you're Bray Wyatt fans or not.
I'm not even a WWE fan anymore. I can't even watch the product all that much.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah.
Carmella just had a match and she had a wardrobe malfunction.
I was wondering if someone was going to bring that up.
That was it. That was my WWE moment right there.
Nathan has an opinion on the Bray Wyatt story.
That's totally true.
Yes.
That's
it's total mismanagement. Yeah.
mismanagement by the
Ridiculous.
WWE.
Someone with that much charisma to not be able to book that correctly, yeah, it's a.
But it just goes to show you exactly how one person can't dictate a show, because so many people were released from WWE that are in AEW that are some of their top players right now.
Yeah.
But yet they were released from WWE because they didn't know what to do with them. Well, get more people involved.
Vince doesn't want to let go of that control. I think anything about Vince McMahon, it's definitely a control freak. So I think until he gets dementia or something, or is no longer competent to run it, like he's going to have the reins. Like,
Yeah.
all him.
Matt says the assassin,
Yes.
Jody Hamilton, also passed away the day before. Very tough couple of days.
I never met
AVR
Jody
says,
Hamilton ever in my life.
according to Jim Ross, the Assassin are one of the top tag teams of all time.
There was this other, I don't know if you guys know Burt Prentice. I didn't get along with the guy, but I mean, he passed away too. It's just like bing, 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 3 days in a row. Let's hope it's not MMP tomorrow. I got shit to do.
Right?
You got to go to church,
I got to go to
Check out
church,
church.
bitch.
bitch.
I'm going to bring it back to beer for just a second, because Nathan's did a comment I didn't get to yet. It says the biggest beer we have here is called the Darwin Stubby, and it's 2.5 liters.
Is that like a family beer? That's not just for one person.
Yeah.
It's a pub beer.
How you gonna drink that going down the road?
So, Pondo, you know what a liter?
What?
You know a liter?
Fuck no.
Like
I know what a Royale with cheese is, if that helps.
But it's like a quart of milk. It's our
Yeah.
liter of milk.
Oh, really?
So this is 2.5 quarts, basically.
Wow.
Well, a lot of milk.
Big. Freaking yes.
And the fact
I'll
that
take
it's stubby.
I'll take the milk.
Yeah, that's called
Just keep the beer.
What's
Just give me the
full
milk.
Nathan, what's a full size if that's a stubby? Holy crap.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a small jacuzzi.
A full
Just a
size
small-
is called alcohol poisoning.
Just
I
a
think.
small neck.
Okay, I gotta kind of wrap it up. I have a hard stop tonight, only because I have to do an interview after this for a new podcast. I gotta start. So,
What is this, podcast number 500 now?
$4.99. Let's not get crazy.
Okay.
Oh, Matt brings up a good question though. Do you think Wyatt will be AEW bound?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Like everyone else.
It is the
Yeah.
WCW right now.
Yeah.
The one thing that a lot of people I've been reading that Ric Flair wanted released from his contract at WWE so he could go manage at AEW. But the big one that everybody's talking about, and so far no real confirmation except they put all elite, pictures, all elite. But I hear CM Punk might be going to AEW.
I've heard that rumor.
And Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
No, that one is true. Daniel Bryan is already set to go, but I don't know about CM Punk hasn't come out anything about it and all that shit.
Right.
So until that happens, I don't believe shit.
It's going to be interesting. When I first started watching AEW, like I did it with Sid, just as to keep up to date with people on the show, it seemed like an indie show version of WWE. But even during the period where I got to watch it, you could see them actually growing. And I only watched it over like a 7-month period. So it's got a lot of potential. And it looks like they're kind of taking it in the right direction.
Robert, does Sid know he doesn't live just down the road?
He's pretty confident on that one. Yeah. Especially with the border closed,
That's it. Oh, by the way, September 10th, 11th, and 12th, I'm going to be in Calgary working for the Hearts Academy.
Wow.
You, right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in Manitoba, so I'm a little bit closer than you guys, but
Closer than me.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm closer to Detroit
So
than
when I said yes to the booking, I have a friend over there, Jules Malone, and I told her I'd be able to visit her and stuff like that. She's like, "Oh, well, what part of Canada are you going to?" I said, "Calgary." She's like, "You better check your map." So
Yeah, Canada's a big country.
so from Toronto to Calgary, it's 32 fucking hours.
Dude,
Yep.
Toronto's 3 hours from me.
Yeah.
I thought Texas was huge.
No. Canada is freaking huge.
Shit.
Yeah, Google it. It's big.
Oh, I did. I Googled it.
Put it this way. I have to go to this convention in Thunder Bay. Okay. I take a flight there. It's 2 hours across the lake. If I drove around the lake, it's 13 hours.
Oh, wow.
And that's just one lake. Yeah, a lot of distance.
I'll give you more details on that, Jamie, if you want to come out.
Yeah, let me know.
Matt says if Flair goes, then they have nearly all the horsemen.
They need a Barry Windham, or they need your boy. They need they need a Sid or something.
Well, wait, Tully, Arn, Rick, and who was the other original?
Ole,
that's it.
but Ole's in a wheelchair. He's not doing nothing around a ring. But Barry Windham, Sid Vicious. Well, Lex Luger's in a wheelchair too. So maybe let them two horsemen fight it out.
Maybe not. I think it would just be very sad.
Sting was a horseman.
Who was? Yeah, kinda. I mean,
sort of.
Nobody went for that shit.
Well, Jamie, to close up, let's see if you can describe this in a few words.
That is a new horror storybook by John Cosper, Dead Park Plaza. And I think it's like what did he say? It's The Office meets. Oh, I don't remember his description.
Pondo,
the horror book for it. Put it in.
Yeah, Pondo's got his reading glasses ready.
Yeah, I couldn't see it very well.
People don't know John Cosper worked with Pondo on his book. I can't remember. He said
still working. We got another 2 books in the old hopper.
Pondo needs a series.
He said it's The Office meets Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. I knew it was another show, and I was like, it's not The Walking Dead. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, it's like an anthology. So I think we're going to be talking about that maybe on another episode because John has let us know he's got because John writes a lot of pro wrestling autobiographies, but he also does fiction and he likes horror just like all we do. And even Rob has been involved in a project John did. They made some mini horror films.
Yes, we did.
And I put that, if you want to see those mini horror films, it's on the Bigger Gore Facebook page. I put those on there.
You know what? I'll get John's permission and maybe we'll play one of them or 2 of them next time we do a show.
Sure. Yeah. Talk to him about that.
They're the world's shortest horror movies. That's what he calls them.
Yes, that's what they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pondo's got his glasses. He's all ready to read and watch movies.
Well, tomorrow I'm gonna go outside and kill ants with these bitches.
So you gotta take them off and shine
Wait a
the
minute.
sun.
You mean like magnifying glass? You're just going to beat him with him.
Either way, well, if I was
Save some
gonna
time.
if I was gonna beat something, maybe a wolf. I could beat a wolf with these damn things and kill that. But
That is awesome.
I love those. That makes me happy.
I tell you what, I'll bring them to Calgary, and you can have these damn things.
Yay! New glasses.
Now, if they stop me at TSA and ask me what these dangerous weapons are, hey, I'm gonna try to make it through with them. But
Just tell him they're for work.
that's right.
Your ashtray, remember?
That's right. Ashtray.
Well, and if you ever get to TO, Toronto, you let me know because that's just down the street.
It is. Well, I'm
Right
thinking
past
about
me.
going to Niagara Falls to Frankenstein's Castle.
Oh, if you go to Niagara, let me know. I'll come visit you there.
All right, cool, man.
Yes. Oh, Matt says, excellent show, everybody.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Matt. Alrighty, any last words?
Yes.
Everybody has to watch The Greasy Strangler because I'm not the only one going to do it.
Without
Okay.
What's the
Okay.
reading about it, without
What is it?
without asking anybody about it, just watch The
Oh,
Greasy
right.
Strangler.
I'm going to see if I can find it. I looked on Tubi and I didn't see it. So I don't know if it's a Canadian-American thing.
Voodoo, some shit like that. I
It's
don't
hard
know.
to take you seriously in those, Pondo.
Well, trust me, it's hard to take you seriously in those.
It's his new gimmick.
It is. It's
Right.
perfect.
Right? Next match will be with Jamie 2.0.
Hey, my comment is, let's stop waiting so long. We gotta get together quicker, guys.
More often.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Nathan says, Australia, around the corner, mate. Stop on by.
We can all have a Foster's together.
No,
Yeah.
Darwin.
I don't know if my hand will hold that damn thing.
We need that
Like-
2.5 quart one. That's one.
Yeah,
we
that one we could share. Yeah.
What are you doing?
4 straws.
So impatient.
So gross.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, yes. You guys let me know when you're good to go for the next show, and we'll get it up, and we'll have some more fun.
Tuesday of next week.
Sounds good.
Tuesday next week, is that when we're doing it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Sounds good. We'll see.
Now,
Still
let's
practicing.
wait. Let's wait till after Don't Breathe 2 and Candyman.
Oh, deal. Okay, we can do that.
Okay. Now, Jamie
things to
did
talk.
hers. Joe or Robert, which one of you guys are going to watch 3 movies and review it on the next one?
Yeah, you guys are up.
What movie?
Show and tell time.
I don't know.
Okay. I'll figure something out.
What
Who should
kind
do
of
it?
Right.
Horror movies. Yeah.
No, watch
Get
out.
Joe to do it.
Somebody should do it. I don't know who though.
Hey,
Yeah.
what was that? What was that movie? That what is it? Elias the Champ.
Alias the Champ.
Alias. The champ.
Alias the Champ. I'm right now casting for a movie called JT Cruz the Champ.
I'd
I
watch
don't-
that.
I don't know where I can find JT Cruz, but I'm gonna find somebody who can do JT Cruz.
I would say where you can find it, but then everybody's
You
going to
just
yell kayfabe.
Down the
at me.
road.
I would point at him. I would point at him, but this damn Brady Bunch shit screws me up every time. Let me see if I got it. I got it. First try.
First try. Impressive.
All right, Joe. Watch 3 movies, pal.
You got it. Just any random horror movies.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
good ones.
They,
I'm sure you do.
they have to be Dollar Tree or are up here, Dollarama.
Oh,
Right.
they have to be
You
both.
can find them at the dollar store. It's better.
We for Dollarama, we don't get any horror movies till basically October, but
Yes.
even
Oh,
then,
that's true.
so that's a good time as well for me.
Well,
But
the
I'll
way,
have some stuff previously though.
the way we procrastinate, it'll probably be fucking October before we do it.
We'll be lucky to get back by Christmas.
Me or everyone?
Just you.
All of us. Yeah, no,
Just
yeah,
me-
definitely
Just
Joe.
me and my mic. Yeah.
You and
You
your
answer me?
Alrighty, y'all. In that case, we're gone for now, but we'll be back very soon, right?
Yes.
All right. Bye.
See you guys.
Adios.
What do you want that you can't have?